I need to show you this. Again, I didn't think it was real. Like, I was like, honestly, this really, and so of course it is. And I had to like triple check everything, and I was sending it around to some friends. And I want you to see it because it really captures the trouble that we are in as a nation, the trouble that we face by not actually having borders. Watch.
How does it feel that you kicked all the kids out of school tomorrow? How does it feel? Do you feel good? I hope you feel good.
This is a mother.
You sleep really well tonight.
Her kid's not going to have school to go to.
Why are you yelling at them?
She's videoing.
That's why. That's why. Because I'm an aggravated mother.
She does have a right.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
There are other mothers there too.
Taking over my kids' school.
And they've got their kids. The kids' faces are being protected, which is important. We don't want to show the children, but we got other families. And there was a storm, a bad storm in the Northeast last night. And so these families were moved in to this school, and it made one parent really mad. And it was her right to be mad. And you know what? She should be mad. But you understand the complexity of it, given that there's other moms there with their kids. This is a messed up situation. By the way, it's messed up because we made it messed up. Because we invited everyone here. I mean, Joe Biden, come one, come all. You know, the border's open. Hey, amnesty. We're giving it out like candy. And you'll get health care, and you'll get a hotel for 6 months, maybe a cell phone too. And then, you know, you can come to your trial in 10 years' time. It's an open invitation with no regard for the economic well-being of the people that are already here in this country. It makes no sense. It is a massive, huge mistake on all sides. In other words, this isn't good for anyone. It's not good to encourage people to come here if we can't actually take care of them, support them, and we shouldn't have to. Like, maybe part of the whole immigration package should be, okay, where are you going to stay? Do you have a home to go to? Do you have family? Like, why can't we streamline this a little bit better? Why do we just have swarms of people, 300,000 in the month of December alone, an all-time record coming in? And then Gavin Newsom, who, by the way, may wind up as VP on the ticket alongside Michelle Obama, if JP Morgan is to be believed. JP Morgan is predicting, an analyst over there, that Joe Biden bows out. And I think JP Morgan's right on that. I actually think he will bow out at some point. And so you're going to have maybe Michelle, maybe Gavin, who's offering free healthcare to 740,000 undocumented people in the state of California. This is stuff that the state of California cannot actually afford. You look at New York City, overwhelming challenges at the hospitals in New York City right now because they're saying all the beds are being taken by so many undocumented migrants who don't have insurance. So I get it. Like, it's a complex economic problem, but you could fix the problem if you actually said, all right, we're going to have a system that doesn't allow people to just pour into this country like they are doing right now. But nobody's willing to do that. Why is that? Why is that? Why is that? Oh, maybe it's because of this. There was a Brooklyn congresswoman. By the way, that school that you just saw, that was in Brooklyn. Hang on. Before I go to the Brooklyn congresswoman, one other thing I got to show you. I just got to show you. The school was supposed to be closed down and everybody was going to have Zoom online classes. That didn't happen. Take a look here. Courtesy libs of TikTok. They say tomorrow, Wednesday, January 10th, 2024, all classes will be remote. So everybody thinks, okay, remote, like we're going to have a live teacher and we're going to talk. Nope. You're going to go to your Google Classrooms for your required assignments. The completion of your assignments will dictate your attendance for the day. So you just have to do the assignments. Teachers will be available via Zoom if requested prior by email. It's like a snow day. The teachers union's like, woohoo, we get the day off, party. I mean, you've seen the stats, right, on where our kids are right now. Our kids are falling behind at record rates, especially when it comes to math and science, American kids are way behind everyone, and they're falling even more. And by the way, in poor communities in the United States of America, they felt the brunt of it because they were out of school the most. Teachers unions didn't want to go back. I mean, you have to actually show up in the classroom for work. We can't just do this all via computer. Come on. They've got equitable math that they're featuring these days in so many states, which I joke is pathetic and has a lot to do with, well, why does 1 + 1 really have to equal 2? Maybe you can see the answer as something different. Maybe it's because they don't want anybody to actually know that we hit $34 trillion worth of debt. They don't actually want you to know what that means. Speaking of which, I told you, our sponsor on this show, we love them. They've been here from the very beginning, legacypminvestments.com. Charles Thorngren, he's going to come back on the show next week. He's the CEO of the company, and they'll help you invest in gold or silver. Listen, with inflation being what it is, with equitable math helping us to ignore the $34 trillion in debt outstanding in this country, hey, you know what? You might want to diversify just a little bit. You might want to think about things like that. If you're thinking about it, I know I have diversified. I've done this for years. I got a great story about my mom. I told her we're going on 30 years ago now. Mom, buy gold. Buy gold. Actually, just 23. It was around the year 2000. And she's like, and I'm like, no, really. Buy gold. Anyway, it's a long-term investment. Think of it that way. But and you should do your own diligence, et cetera. I don't want to be misconstrued as giving you direct investment advice. But I do think diversification is important. And one of the things that you need to think about is how much is your dollar going to be worth in the future, right? So if you're worried about that, gold is one of the diversification tools you can use to help even out those things. 1-866-589-0560. And you're welcome to use my name, of course. You can tell them I sent you. They will take good care of you. But back to matters at hand. So we got a messed up school system. And we are now in an era where we matter so little, I guess, that our kids are getting shortchanged for all these other reasons. And maybe the school is just the most sort of graphic example I can think of right now. I mean, again, I was stunned to see that. And hopefully those kids are back in school tomorrow. But I think it speaks volumes about everything that's happening. Because if you're living in a border town in Texas and all these people are coming in and your hospital can't support them and your school can't support them, and suddenly your kid's classroom goes from 20 kids to 40 kids, maybe more, and maybe not everybody speaks English. What happens to your kids' education? We've got to be mindful of these things. I mean, I hate to break it to everybody. There's a reality here that we got to think about. But the reality I'm thinking about, which is let's look out for ourselves. Let's be realistic. Let's not be anti-immigration, but let's think about this holistically, right? How do we help our country? By bringing in more people and more people who want to embody the American spirit. And then there are politicians like this Democrat, this congresswoman in Brooklyn. By the way, that school was in Brooklyn. She's basically saying what you're not supposed to say. I mean, it's really, they try and tell us it's not about getting more votes. It would never be about that. It's just being altruistic and kind. And shouldn't we just bring everybody in? And yet this congresswoman just flat out came out and said it. She said this. All right, let's play this and we'll react.
From Brooklyn, New York, we have a diaspora that can absorb a significant number of these migrants. And when I hear colleagues talk about, the doors of the inn being closed, no room in the inn, I'm saying, I need more people in my district, but just for redistricting purposes. And those members could clearly fit here.
Got it? I need more members in my district, clearly just for redistricting purposes. Well, I'm glad we cleared that one up, right? I mean, might as well get the truth out there. Tell us what it's really about. because it can't possibly be about protecting the people that are actually there, given that you're canceling school. School, again, it's a small example. And I understand those people needed shelter. But if we can't think this through, if we don't have a system to absorb all these people, then why are we bringing so many in? Because of what that lady just said? And if that's the case, and I believe for a lot of people it is, it's pure politics. If that's the case, then we need to vote them out, like yesterday, because they're not looking out for us, for our families, for our children. They're looking out for their own behinds and want to figure out how they're going to stay in office and make their six-figure salaries for the next however many years.